Let's talk about one really important shift that you can make right now to move toward quitting that hated 9-to-5. Are you ready? I'm Christine McAllister. I am the Huffington Post featured founder of Life with Passion, and I have helped over 70% of my clients who've come to me in 9-to-5s to quit their jobs and stay out for good by helping them build businesses that they're passionate about and that they can run from anywhere. And so I want to give you a little preview of a masterclass training that I am about to host in case you're watching this live. If you're watching this live, we are 20 minutes out from this webinar and I want you in it. The link is in the description, in the caption, but I'm going to give you a preview right now. One secret to quitting your 9-to-5. And here it is. You got to learn to think like an entrepreneur, not an employee. When you're in a 9-to-5, you spend a lot of time being trained in school and university and in your job to think like an employee. And so then when you look at quitting your job and starting your own business, you take that mindset of thinking like an employee and you apply it to being an entrepreneur, growing your own business, and it feels really scary. But the great thing is there are some easy shifts that you can make to start thinking like that entrepreneur instead. And here's an example. I actually am taking on less risk by starting my own business because I'm spreading out the risk of clients across a lot of different clients rather than just one client who's my boss, who's my company, right? And I'm actually taking control of my life because now my destiny is not up to the boss's boss. It's not up to the shareholders, board of directors, if I work at a publicly traded company. It's up to me. And that's a beautiful thing about becoming an entrepreneur, right? Because if you're the kind of person who wants to know that your results are directly based on how hard you've worked, and I know that I'm like that, I know a lot of us as high achievers are, then this is a really awesome way to look at it, rather than oh, I shouldn't leave because of job security, or oh, I shouldn't leave because I get these benefits. What if you got to spend your day working in a way that where you've set your own prices, so you're able to make more, right? And you've learned how to offer what your people want and what your people need in a way that feels really good to you. So I think it's actually the opposite of the traditional way that employees think, but usually when we're in a job, we're of course thinking like an employee, and that's fine, but it's the first place to go, because when you shift your thinking, then you shift the way that you feel. And when you shift the way that you feel, you shift the way that you act, right? So it starts with the thoughts, this idea that success is between the temples. Now, that's just one of the tips, and I'm going to be going more in depth on that, as well as sharing 4 other secrets to quitting your 9-to-5 at this masterclass starting in just a few minutes. So grab your seat and come and join me. I'll see you there.